As we near the end of the year, we also near the heated cycle of presidential politics, and with a look at how the election cycle is heating up. Our own Travis McBride gives us some insight on the campaign 2012.
In terms of the issue, it certainly is still the economy, jobs, and overall distrust with the direction of government. I mean, just today there was another poll out talking about the fact that, approval of Congress is close to single digits. Trust in government is at an all-time low, and people are extremely frustrated with what they see as the government's reaction to a struggling economy.
And if you've been slow to become involved in the 2012 campaign season, these political issues are just scratching the surface on what already has been taking place in an already exciting caucus season.
In terms of the caucus season, it seems to be a repeat of 2008, where we had states trying to shuffle ahead of a preset calendar, and now we're back to January 3rd again for Iowa. So I guess this might be the new norm, where we have 4 states say they're going to do it in February, and then other states try to jump ahead, and then we're back to January caucuses.
While a date has been selected for Iowans to participate, here on the UNI campus, most students would say they've seen little interest in politics this season, though Dr. Larimer would disagree and says it might be too early to tell.
They're certainly aware of it. I think from my own perspective, there's a little bit less involvement among students than there was in 2008. In 2008, you had both parties, it was wide open. And you had a lot of students excited about working on the campaigns, and with the excitement surrounding the Obama campaign, we certainly saw many more students working for that campaign. Republicans look at 2008 and they see that Democrats were able to put forward a candidate who excited a lot of people, brought a lot of charisma to the campaign, brought a lot of independents and even some Republicans over to their side. And I think Republicans are trying to duplicate that, and they're looking for what's the most charismatic candidate we can get out there, something that's going to get people excited who are willing to show up on January 3rd when it could be a blizzard, right? I mean, you could have horrible weather. We need to get people excited about a potential leader. And so I think, they're kind of going through, progressing through each candidate, trying to find that person. Mitt Romney is very established. He was there in 2008, and, I think people still view him favorably. And it's kind of interesting, it's a little ironic that, he's the one who really matches up well in terms of if you put him out there against Obama and as your measure of electability, he does the best out of all the candidates. But for whatever reason, Republicans talk about electability, but they seem to be putting electability aside when they're actually expressing their preferences for individual candidates. I think they're still putting kind of charisma over electability, even though they say they want someone who's electable.
And as the 2012 presidential campaign season is still in its infancy, it wasn't too early to put Dr. Larimer on the spot for a quick prediction on who voters can expect to see drop out of the Republican nomination race first.
As much as we study and read about voters, we know that voter attitudes change quickly and sometimes for no apparent reason. Having said that, I would say, if we get to January 3rd and you have the caucus results and that's something like Romney, Kaine, and Ron Paul, I think you'll see Michelle Bachmann, Rick Santorum, and potentially Newt Gingrich drop out of the race. If not, probably not before New Hampshire, but certainly after New Hampshire. I think Michelle Bachmann could be the one who drops out the day after the Iowa caucuses. If she's not in the top 3, I think her campaign is done.
Reporting for UNI TV, I'm Travis McBride.
Thanks, Travis. And for more information on Campaign 2012, Dr. Larimer recommends that students and community members become educated on the election through online sources like Politico, Gallup polls, or the Washington Post.